the 15th of August, and I welcome you back to the Business Mind podcast. And my name's Christopher Lule Kabogere, and I sit in here as your host. Yes, to bring you news all over the world that are concerning your investments, businesses, and anything else you would like to know about investments in UAE. Yesterday we had a very good topic where I tried to shed a light about why Indians, Pakistanis, and other nationalities other than those coming from the African continent, why were they excelling? Why were they excelling in businesses, investments in UAE as compared to their counterparts coming from the African continent? And it was quite a very interesting topic. We got feedback from you, and some of you were saying, no, it's because you've not taken time to look at the available data. Maybe the Africans also, they have tried as much as they could to make sense of the investments they have made in UAE. I am here to say once again, the data available still indicates that India, Pakistan, and other countries coming close to the Gulf, the GCC, they are still actually doing two-way better than us, the Africans coming from the African continent. So today I wanted to actually bring to your attention a few things that you hadn't yet noticed. And one of the things that I want to bring to your attention is the safety of your investments in UAE. When it comes to doing business in those economies where you're so sure that my investment is safe 100%, UAE, I believe, ranks number one. Dubai, specifically in real estate, we have seen and we have heard and we have witnessed a surge of investments coming all over the world and centering in Dubai. What makes Dubai one of the sweetest cities and one of the most rewarding when it comes to investments being safe, being profitable, and also providing a good return on investment? We're going to look at the available data, which I believe you can also access if you go to data. I mean, if you go to Google and you try to look for the following, you're going to find that in UAE, Dubai ranks actually among the top cities in the world to attract investment. This research was conducted by Urban Land Institute, and it was indicated it is among the top 10. Then also UAE and Dubai specifically, it is truly a multinational city where over 200 nationalities live and work. You guys don't get it when somebody says 200 nationalities. And maybe if I may highlight a few things about this is, when you go into a city and you find when it's multicultural, the first indicator to show you that that city is profitable is when you find different nationalities staying, living, and working together. Most of you've heard stories where you jump in a taxi, you hop in a taxi, and then an Indian or a Pakistani just tells you in a blank English without actually spicing it up. For example, if somebody is traveling from Deila or from Dubai Hills coming to Marina or JVC, the man would indicate a female or a male, will say that is a female driver or a male driver. They will tell you where go, and then you JVC, and that's it. You don't have to spice it up in order for you to, this is not a competition of who knows the language most or who knows the language best. All that matters is the work has been done. Whether that takes a minute or two, the work has been done. So we want to look at Dubai in its entirety. What makes it the most lucrative, the most appealing when it comes to investments? I'll give you one story. When I had just come in, when I had just came in here, I happened to be having one of my friends actually. He told me, I have a colleague or a friend who has a laundry shop. So this guy came and picked my clothes and took it. After 2 to 3 days, the man delivered back my laundry. And after delivering the laundry, the guy gave me 1,800 and a few coins. And I asked him, where did you get this money from? The man told me, I found it in your pockets. Now, that, of course, coming from an environment where somebody gets your money and you don't get to see it for a second time, this is an economy where every person wants to earn money legitimately. Okay, the most 99% of all transactions can be traced. So that still makes Dubai one of those safest cities where you will find yourself making your investment and it is safe. Also, when you look at this data, which is still available to you, you're going to find that property prices in Dubai increased by around 59 between 2012 and 2022. Now, this is where I want us actually to base our today's conversation. Property prices in Dubai increased by 59% between 2012 and 2022. We have a net period of 10 years. Now, if you had a property you purchased in 2010, 2011, and 2012, and you wanted to sell this property after 10 years, you would have gotten yourself a net increase of 50, almost 60% return on investment in a period of about 10 years. Where does this happen? Does this happen elsewhere in the world? The answer is no. If you try to compare with other markets, you're going to find that UAE and Dubai still makes the edge, and there is quite a big sharp cut between other economies and UAE's economy. Here, you have an increase in property prices spanning from 0 to 59, almost 60% in a period of about 10 years. Now, those who are investing now in UAE, they have a benefit of doubt, and there is a prospect that property prices are going to be increasing in the next 10 years of about between 50% to almost 80%. Another fact, the annual rental yields on all properties, whether you're a developer, a realtor, a property manager, or a short stay guy just like me, you're gonna have to have your rental yields in Dubai between 9% and 25% as compared to other global averages. That is, if we are looking at China, we are looking at the US, we are looking at Europe, and all these other countries all over the world. So we're trying to unpack what you could have missed when it comes to putting your investment where it matters most. Why I always encourage people to put their investments where the market appreciates the most is because the value of your investment can only be appreciated at the end of the tail. That simply means if somebody is working in the US, in the UK, is in Canada, or is in Europe, it is actually far more safer for them to plow some of these resources and they invest it in UAE, get a return, and then walk away tax-free without actually having to mind about the tax burden that he or she might have faced in their native countries. These days, it is so easier for each and every person living anywhere in the world to invest your money. In 2022 alone, 2023, almost UAE received close to between 80 to 100 billion US dollars as an investment attraction from all over the world. This doesn't happen elsewhere in the world. It doesn't. It doesn't happen elsewhere in the world. And one of the advantages I told you about when you invest in UAE is because we have seen countries taxing their nationals up to the last born. We have seen countries in Africa where you have a VAT package of 18%, you have income tax around 30%, you have withholding, you have all these other taxes surrounding you. Now, economies all over the world, they have understood that you can no longer use taxes to develop your economy. You can actually, if I may say this, the best way to build an economy, is by the government engaging in private business. That is the most surest way. If the government is interested in building its economy, the government must have profitable, lucrative private investments, competing head to head with other private players. Now, that makes the government not so much to focus on the taxes, but rather on ensuring that the business environment and the investment environment for other players, it can favor both the government and the private players. Have you noticed in countries where the government is not actively participating or engaging in economic activities that actually create value, such economies, they take quite a very long time to develop? And I will repeat it. When you look at UAE, the biggest market player here in investments is the government of UAE. If you look at the companies that are owned by Dubai Inco, there are quite a number of them. If you look at the businesses that are being done by the UAE government, quite a number of them. And now you find that when the government is actually participating and engaging in economic activities that at the end of the day actually end up, putting some dollars in the bank, you'll find that is a safer and a better, and it is enabling environment for whoever has resources to invest. So I am here to make a sounding remark about the African governments that have taken a wrong move of taxing their nationals to the last coin, anticipating to create an environment that can actually make their nationals cross from the poor economy to the middle class. It can only happen in heaven, not on earth here. Governments all over the world, they have understood that taxes cannot be used to build economies. And any government that tries to use taxes to develop its economy, it has a big uphill to climb, and in most cases they will fail. So I call upon all those who can communicate this message and take it to our leaders in Africa. Let not taxes make you believe you can tax the economy and you build your country. It's the government that owns the currency. If the government puts in 100 billion and taxes are worth 60 billion, it leaves the economy with 40. And not only this tax is going to discourage other market participants and private partners to come all over the world and come and invest in your economies, it actually disinterests them. It is a shield against the attraction of investments. So lower taxes, this is why UAE is seen as and is topping the list in the entire world as one of the most attractive investment destinations all over the world, because you have an economy that is looking at a 9% income tax, but that is a cap. If you don't make a certain revenue, they're not going to tax you. And it has the largest free zone in the world. You even have space for the free zoners. And when you look at the systems that are available here, in a snap, your company is registered. In a snap, your bank account is opened. What else are you looking for? So my call to whoever is interested in actually giving their money a net value at the end of any investment period, consider coming to UAE. Consider making Dubai one of those places where your money is going to be multiplied. Where else in the world are you going to find a 60% property price as compared to all these other markets? This still remains a better option for you as an investor. And guess what? At the comfort of your home, you can, in a snap, buy a property off plan, ready market, and surprisingly, in 2023 we saw that out of 100% the transactions which were made in property, 63 were done in the secondary market. Meaning, short stay rentals and the property owners at the apex ended up actually making a very huge killing as compared to their counterparts from the primary market. So this call is to invite whoever is interested in adding value to their money. As long as you want to add value to your money, UAE still remains one of those better markets where you're gonna have a 48% return on investment at the end of the year. That is if you pick a better investment package. And where else in the world does this happen? So UAE still is my it is still my favorite when it comes to investment destinations all over the world. And I stand to be corrected if there is anyone with data available. You can come and we discuss. You can come and then you will have a discussion with us and tell us and indicate it to us where else in the world you can have a net return on investment annually that crosses the 30% mark. If you have it, I'm available for a discussion. So what are we looking at? I am trying to provide data which might be of help in your next course of action when it comes to your investments. So we have a 0% personal income tax for residents living here in UAE. Can I repeat this? In other countries, personal income tax is quite huge. But UAE or Dubai specifically, they have a 0% personal income tax for residents living and staying and working in UAE. So you have a 4% transfer fee paid by the buyer and the seller when purchasing a property. That is Dubai Land Department. A 4% transfer fee paid by the buyer and the seller when purchasing any property in UAE. Now, this 4% transfer fee, it still makes UAE a better option. Why? Elsewhere in the world where you're going to have a property that is purchased today, and tomorrow somebody else says, this is my property. That normally happens in Africa. You buy today a plot of land. The following day somebody else wants it. The other day somebody else claims it is his. And the other day one property, it has 20 owners. And all having papers and documents. That doesn't happen in UAE. You buy a property, you've bought it. Nobody else in the market will put it on the market. Nobody. So I want you to understand that this 4% transfer fee, it is borne by both the seller and the buyer. Then you have a 5% VAT on goods and services. A 5%. This is value added tax. Compare it with your African governments. 5% VAT as compared to other African countries. You're gonna see 15, 16, 17, 18, and in many countries you will even find it in 20. Here you have a 5% VAT on all goods and services. So that is the Federal Tax Authority of UAE. And then you have what else do you want me to talk about? So a 60%, a 65% of Dubai property transactions in 2020 to 2023 were by non-UAE nationals. This is from the Dubai Land Department. 65% of all Dubai property transactions. Now, this simply means it's only you who has not yet picked interest in UAE, Dubai specifically, but all other nationalities, they have already picked interest. So if a 65% out of the around between 80 to 100 billion US dollars, if the 60% of all that money that has been spent in property has come from transactions elsewhere in the world, non-UAE nationals, it simply means people all over the world are appreciating what UAE is doing with its economy. Thanks to our great leaders, Maktoum, the chairman of Dubai Inco, we are very, very, very appreciative of the moves to ensure that our people can come here, make money, and live tax-free. Then you have then long-term residence is possible through investment in property over 545,000 US dollars. You make an investment that goes up to a tune of 545,000. You have a long-term residence package for you waiting from the government of Dubai. So in 2022 also we saw a 25,000 foreign investors obtaining their UAE golden visas. Now, what does this mean? If you see people coming to make investments here and getting their golden visas, we are now past the era where people were just simply looking for passports. Your money well invested is far more better than actually owning a passport of any given country. It doesn't matter where. As long as you've given a very nice face value for the investment, for your investment, make a killing out of it, there isn't any other passport in the world that is better than making the rightful investments. As long as the investment is right, you do not need to own all to be among the people still running after those passports for those specific countries, as you mostly know. So with those few, maybe I can add you like 2 or 3. The average time, for example, if you bought a property in Dubai, the average time to sell a property, it's gonna take you 42, maximum 42 days. That is 1 month, 12 days. In simple terms, you have almost 8 weeks, 7 weeks to dispose of your property. This doesn't happen elsewhere in the world. Of course, this is only possible here in UAE simply because there are systems in place, and in a snap, your property has been purchased, your property has been sold. That is if you need that money urgently. We also saw over close to 700,000 off-plan and secondary listings in UAE in 2023. Over 700 off-plan and secondary listings. We also saw that 78% of all transactions available in real estate were facilitated by real estate brokers. This information is provided for and catered by Dubai Land Department. 78% of all transactions, they were facilitated by real estate brokers. So that still makes a marker one of your companies you're going to work with. I think my producer can help me to give you the website, and some of this information will be posted in our weekly newsletters that will be receiving on your emails. That is if you subscribe with us, Amaka, www.amakarealty.ae. If you want to have us on mobile, you'll find those landline numbers, but on WhatsApp, you'll find us on 58615-1818. That's our number. So let us also look at if someone is interested in making an investment here in UAE, what are the top places where you could put your investment? Top on the list, you have Dubai Downtown, you have Business Bay, you have Dubai Marina, which is around $188 per square feet. Then you have Dubai Downtown, which is around $313 which is also a square feet. Then you have Jumeirah at 365 square feet. Then you also and also these other places, but Dubai Marina, Downtown, Jumeirah, that is 188, 313 and 365 square feet. You know, so you have over 200 prime residential communities in Dubai. That this is also provided by the Dubai Land Department. So these facts will help you first and foremost to establish yourself here as an investor, but also it provides a guide, a simple guide for you before you jump into any of these investments. It provides that safety net for you, that before I invest my money, this is how the Dubai market looks like, and these are some of the facts that I might want to look at before I make an investment. So my simple my analysis is the real estate market in Dubai in 2024 is experiencing a remarkable growth. In January 2024, property prices reached an all-time high at 349 per square feet, reflecting a steady upward trend, making now an opportune time to invest. The real estate market in Dubai, that is January 2024, Dubai experienced a remarkable growth. where property prices reached an all-time high at 349 per square feet, reflecting a steady upward trend, making now an opportune time to invest. The population of UAE, of Dubai as of now, is projected to grow at 25% by 2030, Dubai Statistics Center. Okay, many people said Dubai is a bubble. They envisaged that property prices, investors, whenever they see buildings and skyscrapers going up, they have that fear. Where will people come from to occupy these spaces, all these properties? Worry not. Worry not. The African governments are still mismanaging their economies, so people are going to come. Our leaders are so much focused on politics. Back home, a lot of emphasis is being put on the politics. And once the politics is mismanaged, what it does actually is good talent and good investors, they actually end up leaving. When politics become the center of everything that runs in the country, talented people, businessmen, businesswomen, and all cashed individuals, they will find a market that does not center itself on politics on a daily basis. So whoever is worried that these skyscrapers coming up and properties, every now and then we are seeing off plans and what have you, where are the people going to come from? Worry not. Everyone is mismanaging their economies, and UAE has concentrated so much in ensuring that their economy is one of the most stable, but also the most rewarding. You have tax-free, you have zero personal income tax. Where else are you going to find this? So as long as other economies are mismanaging their own resources, this is why countries like Switzerland actually end up taking, the biggest envelopes from all over the world, because they know Switzerland is not only sweet, but also very safe. This is why people end up banking with Switzerland. When you go to Geneva, you're going to find banks there. And they are known for that. They are known all over the world as one of the greatest cities where you're going to find banking being at the center of almost each and everything. So, as long as elsewhere politics is still becoming a daily routine and a daily topic, with UAE, it is business. Business is capital to UAE, specifically Dubai. So I'm only speaking to a ready mind, somebody who has had money seated, and yet there is quite a very good and lucrative opportunity for you to make a cut from that investment if you had invested it in UAE. So UAE is still one of those places where you will have your investment being safe. So it indicates that population of Dubai is projected to grow by 25% by 2030. And for me, this is even quite a bit low as compared to what I'm thinking, because I saw one of the most disturbing projects of His Excellency Ruto, of taxing Kenyans to almost 70% of all their incomes, and he wanted to walk away with it, and he wanted to use these taxes to clear off his debt. Countries elsewhere in the world understand that until taxes are a bit low, your nationals will never, and your entrepreneurship and entrepreneurs, they will never build anything in that economy. Because whatever that would have been used to build their businesses is being taken away. What does it profit a man to walk on a good tarmac road when his business is crumbling? The entire family is going down, but the road is being worked on. It doesn't make sense. First, as you're building the roads, as you're putting infrastructure in place, first make sure that your entrepreneurs and businessmen and women, they have an enabling environment where they can grow their resources, but also attract other partners all over the world to make sure that they can invest in that economy. High taxes discourage investment. This is why in the African economies you find that on almost they even have departments inviting investors to come. Investors can never be invited. You cannot write to investors now, oh, you come and invest with us. How? Investors are attracted by economic policies, the safety of their investments. They look at their return on investment. They look at the available human capital. Will they have the expertise they need to make sure that their investments are safe? An investment does not become safe only when it is not stolen. An investment becomes safe when you have human capital to take care of the business growth. But you also, because you're not going to be investing in Nairobi and then you hire from Namibia. You cannot be investing in Namibia and then you hire from South Africa. You can only invest in Uganda and hire from within those communities. In order, if you want your project to be safe and secure, you need to work with the locals. Now, what makes Dubai a better option to an investor is because the best talent and the experts, they come all over the world because of the mistreatment, poor economic policies, and then they center in UAE. This is why in UAE, if you're looking for an expert, for example, in finance, electrical engineering, mention it. You're going to find that person in a period of about, in less than 2 hours, you will have close to almost 10,000 replies on one job vacancy. Why? It is because good talent is moving and concentrating from those economies and countries where talent is not appreciated. I was looking at there is something here I wanted to share with you. There is a screenshot here I took, and it almost broke my heart. It was saying, if your country is not supporting your dream, if your country is not enabling you to achieve your dream, leave. And that is exactly what is happening in the world. As long as people cannot find their dreams being fulfilled in a certain area, in a certain environment, in a given country, they will move and try to find their dreams and build their dreams elsewhere. It was a very nice quote that I found on the internet. Unfortunately, I can't seem to find it, but it was saying, if your country does not support your dream, leave. Now, Dubai is becoming a home to those who have found themselves living in economies that are poorly mismanaged. And Dubai offers that opportunity for you to come and invest and then take quite a very big chunk and taxed. And for them, they have understood that if you lower the taxes, you enable the entrepreneurs to succeed and thrive. And then also make capital very cheap and easy to access. In an environment where capital is quite very expensive, do not expect entrepreneurs to build businesses. Capital here in UAE is very patient, very cheap, and easy to access. And guess what? It's available whether they have seen you or not, as long as you're able to share emails with different financial services providers. Where else do you find this in the world? Where else do you find this in the world? So, with Okay, someone is asking me here a question. Maybe I'm going to take a few minutes, 2, 3, 4, 5, to try and answer a bit of your questions. Is now the right time to buy a property in UAE? Wow. This is Nelson is asking me, is now the right time to buy a property in UAE? My answer is yes. Now is the best time. Because we said between 2012 and 2022, a net period of 10 years, there was a property price appreciation of close to 60%. If you had bought a property in 2012, you would have gained with the market appreciation on your property by almost 60% of the money that you invested. Forget all the money that you've made all in the middle, the money that you've made during that process, that entire process, when the 10 years are counting, but also when you're selling off your property. We are saying you have a market appreciation of almost 60%. Isn't still Dubai a better investment destination for you? So I guess I have answered you. Investing in property in Dubai allows you to embrace the city's vibrant lifestyle, reaping substantial returns. Chris, you've said it all. I now understand and believe Dubai is my next investment destination. Thank you. So with those few facts about UAE and Dubai specifically, I believe you have all the answers that you wanted me to break down for you, so that you're able to make an independent and a very good decision when it comes to looking and finding a place where you can have your investment. I am here as your guide, and I'm here on the Business Mind podcast to mind about your investing, to mind about your resources, and also to mind about making those rightful decisions when it comes to return on investments. UAE, Dubai specifically, remains one of those good places where you're gonna have a steady return on investment, monthly, annually, and weekly. Maybe in a brief or in a minute or two, I can talk about, somebody yesterday was asking me about Airbnb. So this is what we do as a marker. We have homes all over Dubai. We have in Marina, we have in JVC, we have in Al Basha, we have in Al Quoz, we have in Sharjah, we have in Dubai downtown, also Dubai Business Bay, we have in Dubai Creek, we also have in Dubai Soba Heartland. Where else do we have? Then Al Wasli Village. These are all places. Then we have also Al Runada, the other side of Dubai, next to the airport. So trust us with your stay here. We allow our guests to stay up to a net period of about 30 days. So we have places, we have penthouses, we have villas, we have apartments, we have rooms. As long as you want a clean space where you can stay, live a good and experience that lifestyle you have always thought, we are just a home away from home. You're gonna have the best stay of your lifetime when you stay with Amaka. So Amaka has partners all over the world. We have partners in the US, we have partners in Canada, we have partners in France, Poland, we have partners in Germany. We send greetings to Chris from USA. He's one of our greatest partners. We have Betty from Germany. I have my brother from Pafla from France. Then I also have my other partner, Shakila. She's Netherlands. We have Joy, Sarah from Sweden. We have partners all over the world. So my greetings to you, my dear partners, to you, our dear partners. We are very blessed to have you on board, and we intend to make Amaka one of the greatest companies, owned, managed by Africans. That is our vision and our goal, and we want to cross a $10 million mark in the next 2 years. Hopefully, when we are still moving with our dear partners, this is going to be possible. The dream is still alive, and where we're going, we actually have the telescope to tell that it's as white as snow. Greetings to everyone who has been watching live from wherever you are. Today it was an English version of what makes Dubai the most rewarding and the most lucrative city in the world, where you have zero taxes and a Kalito income tax of 9%, 5% VAT, and almost no any other taxes available in the economy, and that still makes you and gives you a very good reason for you to invest in property in Dubai. I remain CK from Amaka. I want to thank those we have worked together. Rick Roman, thank you so much for the great work you've done behind cameras. Benja, Farouk, Joseph, and the entire team of Amaka. We're so proud of you. Our greatest asset is our human capital, and we wouldn't be who we are today without your efforts and the dedication that you've given to the company. In the near future, we're going to be partnering and also sponsoring a few events to make sure that the brand Amaka is everywhere and everybody gets to appreciate the good work that we do, and that will still make us the greatest in UAE, but not forgetting in the world. God bless you. Have a blessed evening. Bye-bye.